Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's time for kind of a different shaving soap experience today. I found this stuff. Now you may have heard of it. Have you heard of Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap? It's kind of like a little bit hippy-dippy, you know, one life, one world, love, something or other. Yeah, I found it at Whole Foods. I was in Whole Foods the other day. Whole paycheck foods, as some like to joke. And I had used this soap. Doctor, you may have noticed it before. It's normally hand soap or dishwashing soap, and it has all this little tiny text all over it, right? You may have seen it and been like, I don't know what that is. Well, it was started by a gentleman, Dr. Bronner, he was part of the counterculture in the 60s, in the late 60s, and they've been making it ever since. It's like organic, fair trade soap. And I didn't know they made a shaving soap. And I found this, and it's peppermint flavored. I've tried their hand soap one time, or their, washing soap, and it was peppermint. I loved it, so I thought, well, I'll try this out. And I've been trying it out for the past few days to kind of get a handle on it. And so that's what we're going to shave with today. And I'll read a couple little things on here to let you know why I call it kind of hippy-dippy, not necessarily new agey, but something. It's its own thing. It's its own thing. All right, what we're going to lather it up with is the old West Coast shaving brush, the Jolly Rancher. Going to shave with the Gillette Heritage, which I haven't used in a while. So I'm going to revisit that, the brand new Gillette Heritage you can buy on Amazon. And just to match, color match, the Dr. Bronner's, I'm going to use the Wild West Aftershave Gel in sandalwood scent. And I've got my trusty space soap towel right here. So I don't need it on my shoulder, but I got it. All right, so I took a shower. I almost said I took a shower and I shaved. I have not. I took a shower, did my hair. I'm going to put some hot water on my face. So this Dr. Bronner, like I said, he was kind of part of the counterculture, and it carries forth to this day. And all the little stuff that's written on here is kind of like the company and I guess Dr. Bronner himself, which I don't know that much about. They're kind of sort of cosmic truth-telling. So what's interesting about this organic shaving soap is the first ingredient is organic sucrose, which is sugar. And it is sweet. When I've shaved with it, it tastes sweet. The second thing is organic white grape juice, and then coconut oil. Everything's organic. Everything's fair trade. Certified, whatever that means. And here's what it says. The sugar in this soap acts as a natural humectant, pulling moisture back into the skin, keeps your skin hydrated, super soft and smooth. And that's good, so that tells you what it's about. But then you get into the little, they're almost like Bible verses, but they're not. All this stuff. So I'll just read you a couple. It says, if ever one religion reunites God's legions, it'll be by omitting all half-truths added on to all one God faith that lightning-like unites the human race. For we're all one or none. Listen, children, eternal Father, eternally one, as teach since the year one, astronomers Abraham to Muhammad, inspired by the sign of the Messiah, Halley's Comet. Woo, space soap. That's why I need this, man. This is space soap. This is kind of spacey. Yeah. Everything's plant-based, and like every one of these has a little thing. This one says, first, a human being works hard to teach love his enemy. To help unite all mankind free, or that being is not yet human. So go the second mile, hold the other cheek, brave, not meek, for we're all one or none. All one! Hey, if you're into that, that's great. That's great. Let's shave. Enough talking. Starting to sound like I'm trying to start a shaving cult here. I am not, I assure you. Now, here's the weird thing about this stuff. I tried it, I'm a face lather, and I tried it with a bowl to see if I would get a better result. And I'll tell you my experiences. First of all, because it's all organic, let me show you the color. And it mentions the color. It says it gives, I can't read, I'm not going to read anymore. It's a strange color. It's kind of a honey color. Let me squirt it out so you can see. It's kind of a brownish. It's kind of pretty. It does look like honey. It's like a golden, but it's very sticky and sugary. Like, you could taste this. You could probably put it on your pancakes. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could, I guess. It's all organic and stuff. So what I'm going to do is just put a bunch of this stuff in here. All right, I'm just going to, this is looking weird. I know. I'm not sold on it. I was hoping I was going to like it. I'll just, spoiler alert, it's not, I'm not going to continue to use it after this. All right, now here's the thing about this stuff. It starts to lather up beautifully, right? I put too much water in this. Let me do a little shake. So it starts to lather beautifully. It smells of peppermint, but it's kind of like a, gosh, how would I describe it? Like an earthy peppermint. It's not like, you know, my Everyman Jack or the Taylor Old Bond Street peppermint. It smells kind of like, I don't know. It's like peppermint mixed with like a brown sugar syrup or something. So it looks like it's doing great, right? But what I found is, as I'm shaving, I gotta get this stuff off of here. It's going everywhere. I put a little bit too much and I put too much water. So Gillette Heritage with a feather blade in it. All right. As I start to shave with it, it starts to kind of dissipate, break down, disappear, lose its richness that it seems to start out with. So I had my hopes up at the beginning, but I think this is the third time I've used it. I did a bowl lather, I did a face lather. I'm doing face lather again today because I was hoping maybe the bowl lather would help, but it didn't really. I got the same results. So it cost me $10, so that's not bad. It's only 10 bucks. And if you know Whole Foods, if you got one near you, that place is expensive. As they say, they're very proud of their food. And I didn't even think to look in their shaving section, and then I saw the little sign that said shaving products, and they had a few. You know, they had, actually, this was the only shaving soap they had. They had shaving lotions, you know, like a brushless. They had a couple of those. And I didn't recognize the brands, but they had them. Didn't have any aftershave. Didn't have any safety razors, which you'd think they would, you know, if they're all about, you know, I mean, I know they're owned by Amazon now. They started here in Austin, actually, a little tiny store down on South Lamar. But if they're all about kind of like helping the environment and the world and all that stuff, and you'd think they'd sell safety razors. They did have a couple of cartridge razors, and maybe they were like, you know, like made from post-consumer recycling plastic or something like that, but still in the end they were cartridges, you know. I don't know. All right, phase 2, shave. Pass number 2, I should say. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I ate too much of this Dr. Bronner's on my pancakes this morning. I am tempted to just run the brush across my tongue and taste it, but I'm not going to. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to. So it does leave, it is sweet. The first ingredient is sugar, sucrose. So it is kind of sweet and kind of sticky. Like when I picked up the tube where some of the shaving cream had come out, it was really sticky, like honey. So it's, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I do like their hand soap. This I'm not so crazy about. But you know, all one, magic soaps, why not? Light some incense, turn on some strawberry alarm clock. And just get groovy, you know? Turn on, tune in, drop out, lather up, shave down, rinse off, and then go eat some sunflower seeds and kernels and things like that. I'm not making fun of people that are into those lifestyles. Certainly not. Everyone should do exactly as they please, as long as it doesn't hurt themselves or someone else. It's always my motto. All right, this Gillette Heritage, which is their new safety razor offering, which you can buy on Amazon. I think it's 35 bucks. Is fine, but it's not great. It would be a good beginner's one because it's nice. It comes with this little case, which is kind of cool. You know, if that's your thing, it's marketing. It's nice. But it's not my go-to razor. I just kind of keep it in my cabinet just for fun. And I thought I'd take it out today and shave with it because it's been a while and I don't remember exactly how it shaved. But see how the shaving cream is kind of dissipated over here? I lathered up pretty well in this area right here, but it's kind of, it's there and then it's not. It's like magic. That's why they call it magic soap. But it does leave, look, see, I can do this and work up a little bit more lather. Like if I put some water, it does leave a residual slickness, so that's good. Even if it doesn't, the lather doesn't persist. All right, third pass, it does lather white, you know, it comes out that honey color. Add it to your tea in the morning. And it smells like peppermint, but not my kind of peppermint. It's hard to explain. But it does lather well. I just wish it would stay, you know? Because I hate forgetting what I've shaved, you know? Get down to my neck, it's like, wait a minute, did I shave that part? All right. No nicks yet. Let's go. One last pass. Real light against the grain with old Dr. Bronner's all one magic. I implore you to, next time you're in a grocery store that has one of these, because they sell them all over the place, not just Whole Foods. They've been around forever. Take that bottle down and read some of that stuff on there. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't claim to understand it all, nor do I want to necessarily. Sometimes mysteries that are left mysteries are the best kind of mysteries. We don't need to know everything. Like there's a certain lyric in a Huey Lewis song from the 1980s that up until about 2 weeks ago, I didn't know what he was singing exactly. I could have looked it up. I could have looked it up. But I went for years going, you know what? I think he's singing this, and that's what I'm going to stick with. And then it bugged me. And then I've gotten to that point in my life where I was like, yeah. So I looked it up. And I was, I should have kept it a mystery. It's one of those songs that you've heard your whole life and you always sing it a certain way. Sorry, I had a coughing fit, my goodness. And I did get one little nick. I'm gonna blame it on the coughing fit, shall we? Why not? What was I talking about? Music lyrics? Yeah. It was the Power of Love song, if you want to know the Huey Lewis song, The Power of Love from Back to the Future. The part where he says, now the do maybe barely, oh, it's Heart of Rock and Roll, Heart of Rock and Roll. That's it, not Power of Love. Now the something may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating. I always thought, I'm going to wash off, by the way. I just did my third pass, time to wash off, and it did an okay job. It didn't do great down on my chin. And there's still soap left, look at that. Still making a lather, so I need to wash that off. So, I always thought he was saying, or at least I didn't think he was saying this, but this is how I sang it. I always sang, now the oboe may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating. And I knew he wasn't singing, now the oboe may be barely breathing. That's what it sounded like. I'm not going to ruin it for you if you also think that he's singing about an oboe in a rock and roll song. I'm not going to tell you what he's actually singing. And I suggest you don't look it up. Because it's mundane and boring, but we'll always have the oboe, won't we? All right, let's wrap this thing up. I've talked long enough. I've read some weird hippy-dippy Bible verses or something, and now it's time for the Wild West Aftershave. Something's in this. Is it 420 or no? Wild West Aftershave Gel, because every now and then you don't want the burn. You just want some nice soothing. Ooh, that's a little bit of burn though. Sandalwood. It smells like a shop that has leather in it, like sells vintage boots, That's what this smells like. I like that. It does have like if you go to, I don't know, Santa Fe, and you go into a Western wear store, that's kind of what this stuff smells like. It smells like the Wild West. If you want to smell like the American Wild West, go with Wild West Aftershave Gel. Leaves your face feeling refreshed and soothed every day. All right, folks. That's enough out of me. You guys have a good weekend. I know I'll try to. Got a 4-day weekend with the kids off school, so thoughts and prayers, please. Thoughts and prayers. All right, everybody. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye.